But you know, I took the ring out and I asked her to marry. I took the traditional approach. Yes.
Did you go through her parents and all that?
I did speak to her parents.
So it's pretty traditional.
This is the news that we all could see coming. As you mentioned, the speculation around Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck has been swirling for months, but this morning, the timing sending a real statement.
Ben Affleck has reportedly dropped a bombshell that's shaking the foundations of Hollywood gossip. And if the whispers are true, it could completely alter the way we see Jennifer Lopez and her illustrious career. According to insiders, Affleck claims that Lopez has been receiving substantial payments from none other than Sean Diddy Combs to keep quiet about secrets that could unravel his empire. But here's the kicker. These aren't just petty secrets. These are allegedly career-ending revelations tied to Diddy's shadowy past. What's even more shocking is that Affleck, furious after his rumored split with Lopez, has supposedly decided to air it all out, portraying Lopez not as the victim many have assumed her to be, but as an accomplice who's used her knowledge for personal gain. Could this explain her meteoric rise in the entertainment world? Let's dive into this tangled web of heartbreak, betrayal, and alleged manipulation.
And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact, Jake, that the government in this indictment presented evidence alleging that Sean Combs was running a criminal enterprise.
The timing of Affleck's alleged revelation is raising a lot of eyebrows. After rekindling their romance in 2021, the world was rooting for Bennifer 2, a love story decades in the making. Their whirlwind reunion, peppered with lavish displays of affection and a dreamy wedding that had fans swooning, seemed to promise a happily ever after. But behind the scenes, cracks were forming. By 2024, rumors of tension began swirling, with sources citing everything from Affleck's discomfort with Lopez's demanding career to whispers of jealousy and mistrust. When Lopez filed for divorce just 2 years into their marriage, many assumed it was simply another case of Hollywood love gone wrong. But now, if Affleck's claims are to be believed, there may have been much more at play. So, what exactly is he saying? According to sources close to Affleck, the actor is deeply angered by what he sees as Lopez's long-standing complicity in Diddy's alleged misdeeds. He reportedly believes that Lopez has been using her knowledge of Diddy's past to her advantage, leveraging her silence in exchange for financial and professional benefits. To Affleck, this isn't just about Lopez's relationship with Diddy, it's about the lengths she has allegedly gone to in order to protect her career and maintain her pristine public image. And if anyone has a reason to spill the tea, it's Affleck, who's reportedly feeling betrayed and blindsided by Lopez's actions during their marriage.
Diddy is now being sued in addition to what we just talked about by Dawn Richards. You guys will remember her. She was a part of Making the Band.
Dirty Money.
The Danny Kane era. So basically what she's alleging a lot of different things.
Affleck and Lopez's relationship has always been a roller coaster, but their recent split seems to have brought out a darker side to their dynamic. While Affleck has always been known for his candidness, his apparent decision to expose these allegations is being seen by some as an act of revenge. After all, nothing stings quite like a public breakup, especially when the world is watching. But Affleck isn't just lashing out, he's reportedly ready to back up his claims with evidence. And that's what's making this story all the more explosive. What kind of evidence could he have? Insiders suggest that Affleck may have stumbled upon financial records, private conversations, or even correspondence between Lopez and Diddy that could prove the existence of these alleged payments. If true, this could be the smoking gun that turns this Hollywood scandal into a full-blown media circus. But why would Lopez need to keep quiet about Diddy's secrets in the first place? To understand that, we need to rewind to the early 2000s, when Lopez and Diddy were one of the industry's most talked about couples. Their relationship was anything but ordinary, marked by glitzy red carpet appearances, headline-grabbing controversies, and a glamorous lifestyle that seemed like a fairy tale. But behind the scenes, things were allegedly far messier. Tabloids at the time were rife with rumors about their tumultuous dynamic, with sources alleging that Diddy's behavior often put Lopez in uncomfortable situations. The duo eventually parted ways, but their relationship left a lasting mark on both of their public personas.
So yesterday, Monday, Diddy celebrated his 55th birthday, but this year was a lot different. It was no Diddy parties. It was none of that. None of that stuff. Well, happily so, I guess, right now. But anyway, so this is his first birthday behind bars.
Fast forward to today, and Diddy's empire is under siege. The music mogul has been hit with a tidal wave of allegations, lawsuits, and investigations, each one more shocking than the last. From claims of misconduct at his infamous parties to accusations of orchestrating elaborate schemes to manipulate those around him, Diddy's reputation is in freefall. And now, with Affleck's claims adding fuel to the fire, it seems that Lopez may once again find herself caught in the crosshairs. The question is, what does she know, and how far would she go to keep it hidden? Affleck's alleged revelations are painting Lopez in a completely new light. For years, she has been seen as a self-made star, a powerhouse who rose to the top through sheer talent and determination. But if Affleck's claims are true, her success story may have a darker side. Could it be that Lopez's rise to fame wasn't solely the result of hard work, but also the product of strategic silence and alliances? According to insiders, Affleck believes that Lopez's involvement with Diddy wasn't just a romantic chapter in her life. It was a calculated move that helped her navigate the cutthroat world of Hollywood. And while Lopez has maintained a squeaky clean image throughout her career, these allegations could shatter that perception.
What prosecutors were arguing is not only does your client pose a flight risk, because obviously he's incredibly wealthy, has access to planes and a lot of staff, even though you said he turned over his passport to you months ago, they were also worried about him being able to interfere with witnesses and calling them.
Of course, Lopez isn't the only one with something to lose here. If Affleck's claims are proven true, it would be a devastating blow to Diddy, who is already fighting to salvage what's left of his reputation. The idea that he has been paying Lopez to keep quiet about his past could open the floodgates for even more scrutiny, not just from the media, but also from legal authorities. And let's not forget the other players in this saga, Lopez's fans, who have long idolized her as a symbol of empowerment and resilience. How will they react to these allegations? Will they stand by her, or will they start to question the integrity of the star they've admired for so long? As for Affleck, his motivations remain a subject of debate. Some see his actions as a desperate attempt to regain control of the narrative after a highly publicized divorce. Others believe he genuinely wants to expose the truth, even if it means dragging his ex-wife into the spotlight. Either way, his alleged decision to speak out is already causing shockwaves in Hollywood, and it's clear that this story is far from over. What's particularly interesting is the timing of these allegations. With Diddy's legal troubles mounting and Lopez's career in full swing, the stakes couldn't be higher. Could Affleck's revelations be the tipping point that brings everything crashing down?
Welcome to Popcorn Planet's The Interview, the series where we get in depth with amazing people, and I'm so honored to have this special guest with us here. Precious Muir, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, my love?
I'm great. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm making sure I center you a little bit more. There we go. So honored to have you here. You have some stories to tell. You've survived the white parties.
There's also the question of how Lopez will respond. So far, she has remained characteristically tight-lipped about the allegations, focusing instead on her work and her family. But if the pressure continues to mount, she may be forced to address the claims head-on. Will she deny Affleck's allegations, or will she choose to stay silent as she has done in the past? And what about Diddy? How will he react to being dragged into yet another controversy, especially one that involves a former partner and a high-profile Hollywood actor? The narrative surrounding Lopez, Affleck, and Diddy is as complex as it is intriguing. At its core, this is a story about power, influence, and the lengths people will go to protect their legacies. It's a tale of love and betrayal, ambition and secrecy, all set against the glittering backdrop of Hollywood. And while the truth may still be elusive, one thing is certain: the world will be watching as this drama unfolds. Could this be the beginning of the end for three of the biggest names in the entertainment industry? Or will they find a way to weather the storm and emerge unscathed? Only time will tell.
But we met when we did the the read through for the movie. Yeah, the read through.
The first read through. Yeah.
And when did you realize something was happening? When did you fall in love?
You keep asking that. I told you,
American
you can't
needs to know
pinpoint it. It was like we became friends first. That is the honest to God truth.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. We kind of.
As we transition into the next chapter of this saga, it's important to take a closer look at the history of Lopez and Diddy's relationship. What secrets might she hold? And how could they be connected to the allegations against Diddy? To truly understand the implications of Affleck's claims, we need to explore the broader context of Diddy's legal troubles and the role Lopez may have played in his rise, and, potentially, his fall, to understand why Jennifer Lopez is being dragged into these allegations and how her past relationship with Sean Diddy Combs could tie into his mounting legal troubles. We need to revisit their whirlwind romance from the early 2000s. This wasn't just a Hollywood power couple. It was a relationship that dominated headlines, fueled gossip columns, and left a trail of speculation that continues to this day. Their relationship was glamorous on the surface, but behind the scenes it was marked by drama and controversy. Now, over 2 decades later, it's being speculated that Lopez may hold critical information about events from that era, information that could connect her to Diddy's current predicament.
And a month before, and I don't know if you guys know this, but 20 years ago we were supposed to get married.
I'd read that.
And it kind of all fell apart back then. And this time it was like we still had I absolutely did had a little PTSD. And so I was just like, is this happening? Is this really happening? And
Jennifer Lopez and Diddy's love story began in 1999. At the height of both their careers, they quickly became one of the most photographed couples in the industry, attending high-profile events together and always making headlines. But their relationship wasn't without turbulence. Sources and insiders from that time claimed that Diddy's lifestyle often clashed with Lopez's more disciplined approach to her career. Lopez later admitted that their relationship was far from stable, describing it as emotionally exhausting. While the pair eventually broke up in 2001 after a series of public and private spats, the fallout from their relationship seems to linger, especially with recent events bringing their time together back under the microscope. One of the most infamous incidents during their relationship occurred in December 1999. Lopez and Diddy were at a nightclub in New York City when an altercation broke out, leading to a chaotic scene involving their entourage. Police pulled over their vehicle shortly after the incident, and an unregistered item was found in Diddy's possession. The media frenzy that followed painted Lopez as a supportive partner, standing by Diddy during the ordeal. However, privately, Lopez later described the incident as a wake-up call. It's worth noting that this event marked a turning point in their relationship, and many believe it was the beginning of the end for them as a couple.
If they did in fact occur, their argument is more than likely going to be that this activity was consensual, that this person was a willing participant, and not only that, but that these individuals assumed the risk of being present at those parties, of engaging and voluntarily engaging in this conduct and being in those spaces, consuming alcohol and things of that nature.
Fast forward to today, and Diddy's legal troubles have taken center stage. He is currently facing a series of lawsuits and allegations that range from misconduct to organized schemes involving high-profile events. These accusations have opened Pandora's box, with several individuals stepping forward to share shocking claims about Diddy's behavior over the years. Among these allegations are accounts of extravagant parties hosted by Diddy described as elaborate and heavily orchestrated events where boundaries were allegedly crossed. Whispers of camera footage and secret recordings have surfaced, sparking rumors that Diddy used these recordings as leverage over certain individuals. Could Lopez have been aware of these practices during her time with him? And if so, why has she remained silent all these years? What makes this story even more intriguing is the resurfacing of a photograph from the night of the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards after-party. The image shows Lopez in a heated argument with Diddy at a no-defunct nightclub in New York City. The argument reportedly escalated to the point where Lopez was visibly upset, and she left shortly afterward. While the photo was taken hours before the alleged events that have now come to light, it has reignited speculation about what Lopez may have witnessed or known during that time. Although there is no suggestion that Lopez was directly involved in any wrongdoing, her presence at that event and her proximity to Diddy during their relationship have raised questions that are difficult to ignore.
About look at Diddy, for instance. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at him. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at. He has videos. He has videos of the parties. Now, what I've heard, which I don't know how much of it is in mainstream media, I don't really follow the story that much. But what I've heard from friends that are attorneys, friends of mine that have represented me before, agents and so on, is there's a bidding war going on right now.
Adding fuel to the fire are recent revelations from a lawsuit filed against Diddy, which alleges that a third individual, a woman, was present during a highly controversial incident at one of his parties. The lawsuit describes this woman as a well-known celebrity who stood by while questionable actions took place. Although Lopez has not been named in the lawsuit, some observers have speculated that her high-profile connection to Diddy and her presence at the same events could make her a person of interest in these ongoing investigations. This has led to widespread discussions about whether Lopez's silence over the years was a strategic decision to protect her career or simply an effort to distance herself from Diddy's increasingly controversial reputation. As Diddy's legal battles intensify, more details are emerging about his lifestyle and the events that allegedly took place at his infamous gatherings. These parties, which were attended by A-list celebrities, were reportedly shrouded in secrecy. Attendees were often required to sign confidentiality agreements, and security measures were described as extreme. Multiple sources have claimed that these events were meticulously planned, with Diddy allegedly directing every detail. Recent court filings even describe the use of special rooms and supplies meant to accommodate the extravagant nature of these gatherings. If Lopez attended these events, as some have suggested, it raises the question of what she may have observed and whether she has information that could shed light on the allegations against Diddy.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
It's important to note that Lopez has not been implicated in any of the lawsuits or investigations involving Diddy. However, her connection to him during such a pivotal time in his life has drawn scrutiny. Critics have pointed out that Lopez's career skyrocketed shortly after her relationship with Diddy ended, leading to speculation about whether their breakup was timed to protect her reputation. Some have even suggested that Lopez's decision to distance herself from Diddy may have been influenced by her awareness of his behavior and the potential fallout if certain details became public. While this remains purely speculative, it adds another layer of complexity to their shared history. Lopez's reluctance to address her past with Diddy publicly has only fueled these rumors. Despite being one of the most vocal and candid celebrities in the industry, she has remained tight-lipped about her time with Diddy. Even in interviews where she has been directly asked about their relationship, Lopez has chosen her words carefully, often deflecting or downplaying their time together. This has led some to believe that she is intentionally avoiding the topic to prevent any association with the controversy surrounding Diddy. Others argue that Lopez's silence is her way of moving on from a chapter in her life that she would rather forget.
Yeah, but so there's still, it's crazy too because there's still more happening in court. Everything is still active even though we're not hearing about it as much anymore. And the people may be fatigued like we talked about prior to.
Meanwhile, Diddy's legal troubles are far from over. The lawsuits against him have brought forth a wave of testimonies and evidence that paint a troubling picture of his past. Investigators are reportedly examining every aspect of his career and personal life, including his relationships with former partners. This includes not only Lopez, but also other high-profile figures who were once part of Diddy's inner circle. As more details emerge, it's becoming increasingly clear that the fallout from these allegations could have far-reaching consequences for everyone involved. One of the most shocking claims to surface recently involves the existence of recordings allegedly made at Diddy's gatherings. These recordings are said to feature prominent figures from the entertainment industry and have reportedly been used as leverage in various situations. While it remains unclear whether these recordings actually exist, the mere suggestion has sent shockwaves through Hollywood. If such recordings were to surface, they could potentially implicate numerous individuals and expose a side of the industry that has long been hidden. For Lopez, this could mean renewed scrutiny of her time with Diddy and the choices she made during that period.
He is very, very dominant. Like, he wants to control the situation. He wants to control his inner circle. He wants to make everyone have a good time and enjoy his parties. And so, it is scary because you think, this person or possibly his social network or the people he's around could make or break your career.
Adding to the complexity is the resurfacing of a memoir purportedly written by Kim Porter, Diddy's former partner and the mother of 3 of his children. The memoir, which has been described as explosive, allegedly contains details about Diddy's behavior and the dynamics of his relationships. Although the authenticity of the memoir has been questioned, its publication has reignited interest in Diddy's personal life and the individuals who were closest to him. Lopez's name has not been mentioned in connection with the memoir, but its release serves as a reminder of the many unanswered questions surrounding Diddy's past. As the legal battles unfold and more details come to light, the implications for Lopez are becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. While she has managed to maintain a successful career and a spotless public image, the resurgence of these allegations could force her to confront her past in a way she has avoided until now. Whether she chooses to speak out or continue to stay silent, her connection to Diddy is likely to remain a topic of discussion for years to come.
So my defense is very well established. I interviewed myself the different men who were being brought sort of into Mr. Combs and this person's intimate situation. I've flown around the country. I've interviewed a large number of them. There's not the slightest inkling, according to the interviews that I've done, of anything that's coercive, non-consensual.
This brings us back to the central question. What does Jennifer Lopez know, and how might it impact the ongoing investigations into Sean Diddy Combs? Could her silence be a calculated move to protect her career, or is she genuinely uninvolved in the controversies surrounding her former partner? Share your insights and let the discussion begin. Until next time, stay tuned for more celebrity gossip and intrigue. Goodbye for now.